This is how we got an $800 water bill. Okay, so let's rewind a little bit. This is what the backyard looked like, kind of like at the end of Hurricane Ian at our house. So obviously the entire backyard was completely filled with water. Then once the water started going down, we were able to kind of go out there and assess any of the damages. And underneath of our deck here was still completely filled with water, so pretty much our entire property was just soaked. Luckily, our seawall held up and was perfectly fine. And we have weep holes in our seawall to help facilitate drainage and just help with like the pressure. So we knew once the water in the intercoastal lowered, our weep holes will actually help get the water off of our property. So as we were assessing all the damage, you can see this one weep hole really dumping out some water right there at the bottom. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that one is like really working. So even the next day when we came back, there was still water coming out of that weep hole. Now, mind you, we were so busy just trying to save anything and everything we could from the inside of the house, all of our belongings and furniture, so we really didn't pay attention to it too much. But 3 days later, Vinny came out to check, and there was still that much water coming out of that weep hole. But there was like no more water actually on our property, so we found it really weird. So Vinny decided to lift up some of those boards from our deck. And oh my gosh, it was never just the weep hole. It was actually the water line that went out to our boat dock. The actual water line broke, so pretty much we were just watering the intercoastal for 3 days. And so yeah, that's how you get an $800 water bill. All of the damage from the hurricane, we ended up having to tear down the house. So now we're just waiting on the engineer to determine if we need any other structural support before we can start building the new one.